Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today I'm going to be working in my junk journal and doing some scribbly abstracts. So this is a junk journal that I made in my online junk journal class. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, hit down below and you can find the class that you can take now and work out how to make your own junk journal. And it's made up of all different pages. So the pages I'm working here are some lighter pages, some deli paper and some old typewriter paper that I had bound into my journal. And all I've done is use my scribble sticks. So these are the Dina Wakley scribble sticks. They're a water-soluble pigment stick and they just give you a beautiful effect. Now I have to admit I don't use my scribble sticks enough, and I will do after doing this page. I really enjoyed doing them in this. It was a really easy way to get colour onto the page. I really loved how it dissolved, and most of it dissolved away. You can see a little bit of where the pigment is, but not much, and it sort of just blended in together. Obviously, if you didn't have the scribble sticks, you could use watercolour. That would work the same. You just need to be aware if you're using watercolour, they are reactive. These are too. They do stain the page a little bit more. But I wasn't 100% concerned about it because I knew that I wasn't going to do too much wet media on this. It was going to be, once I put the colour down, it was mostly dry. I did want to blend the colours together a little bit more though. So I have actually added on a little bit of wet paint in white. You could use gesso if you wanted to, and just blended it in with my finger. I'm also drawing into the page with really, really loose scribbles using a Stabilo oil pencil. Now the Stabilo oil pencil is a water-soluble pencil, and you'll notice on the right-hand side where the page is still damp, you can see a much darker line. It started to bleed out a bit, which I love. On the left-hand side, the page is a little bit drier, so you still got those black marks, but they're obviously a different color. Now if I water activated that, I'd get that really dark intense line. And the great thing is you can sort of spritz water on it, you can stand your book up and end and get lovely drippy inky lines coming down. So it's just a magic pencil. If you haven't come across one before, I do on this channel from I think about 2 years ago have a video on the Stabilo oil pencil and how magic it is, but lots of people use them. So I was really liking what was happening on this page, but I wanted a little bit more black on it. So I'm just going in with some stamps. So I am using a Dotty stamp. I think that's a Tracy Scott one from Paper Artsy. And I have got a Sep Apto one, which is just random text. This one is sort of like inky spills to add into those circles. And you can sort of see the different shades of black happening across the page. So the other thing that I wanted to add in was some leafy line work. Now I really love this look of branches and trees going across the page. I know some people are amazing at drawing these leaves freehand. I need a guide usually, so this is what I like to do. It's my little cheat. The stamp is a Tim Holtz stamp from about 2 years ago, maybe last year, I'm not sure. It's on his mic making set, and it's just a lovely stamp. And what I tend to do is stamp it out and then I sort of trace over it with my own paint pen, so you can obviously see it's a little darker. And I'm not copying those lines exactly, I'm just using them as a guide, keeping my pen really, really loose and just, you know, adding on to it. So I get these sort of scribbly lines over the top. It deepens up the pen, the stamping, particularly where I sort of stamped across the page. You're never going to get a brilliant stamped image, so by drawing over the top again, that really helps. So the next thing that I'm doing, which was me sort of just messing around a little because I was really enjoying this page and how it was coming together, I wasn't really thinking much about it, I was just playing, was I've recently got some new acrylic inks. So this acrylic ink is, I've got it sitting in front of me here, indigo. An indigo ink from Art Spectrum, but any acrylic ink will work. And all I'm doing is actually using it kind of like a watercolor. So again, you could use this as a watercolor. I'm putting down a little bit of water first, and then I am painting in the indigo ink and then using a sort of watery brush to blend it out a little bit so it's not too harsh. And that's sort of creating a bit of a shadow around my leafy areas. You can sort of see me using the water to blend it out a bit, using my finger to blend it out a little bit, just playing around. Now obviously, you know, if you didn't have the ink but you had a set of scribble sticks, you could use one of the dark scribble sticks. You can actually scribble straight onto your glass mat, water activate that and use it in exactly the same way I'm doing here. So don't feel you have to have a whole heap of stuff. Use what you've got. If you didn't have any of them, use your acrylic paints and water them down so they're just that little bit more watery to get the same effects. So there's always ways to work around things. Once I got to this stage, I really didn't want to do very much more to it. So I think I found a quote somewhere, and that's what I'm looking for at the moment, and stuck it onto the page. So this quote is actually a washi sticker quote, which I got in a craft box a few years ago. Again, if you had beautiful handwriting, you could just write straight onto your page. I like the fact that I had the little sticker that I could sort of rub on and put it on. So this is a close-up of the final page. I really like how it works, so you can sort of see some of the other page peeping through. It's got that real softness to it with that abstracty background, but it's just an interesting way to go around it. So after I finished that page, I sort of really loved that effect, so I went on to another page and did a very similar thing. This page had a little bit of texture paste in it, which is what that gold is peeking through, but it's pretty much the same process, except as well as using the black Stabilo pencil, I also used a red Stabilo pencil and did the same thing, drew into the background. So I hope they have a go using a junk journal. If you want more information about the junk journal class, please check out the description box below. Until next time, bye for now.